Welcome to part 2 of the Jetwing Optimus Prime Gun Blast video. We made this on the last part. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to get yourself a large straw. We get these at our nutrition club here in Amarillo, where I live. And you're going to cut the end off. The end's actually going to come to a point. You're going to cut it off, and then you're going to melt it down to give you more of an angle in it, and then take your original blast, and once your hot glue gun's nice and hot, you're just going to run it down in there to get the center hot, because you're going to stick part of the straw down into it. So you'll just stick it in there and get it nice and hot, and then just press it in there. Try to make sure it's pretty straight. Once you get it nice and straight, dip it, cool it back down so your straw's locked into it. And then we're going to build up from the straw. This is the part that takes the longest. I'll do a few and then we'll get back to it whenever I've got more on it. You're just going to cover the straw. You should go all the way around it. You can use a few glue sticks doing this, but it's worth it for the outcome in the end of this. Looks pretty sweet. I'll let the gun warm back up again. Okay, now that you got that built up, go ahead and cool it down so it locks it in place. And then you got the first part of your blast. When we start building up, it's going to be a little bit harder because you're going to have to come out, kind of let it drip down. That's where it becomes a challenge. And you'll dip it. And you can just use the tip of the gun to heat it back up and pull it down. And cool it back down. You can check it and see if it's solid yet. Alright, now we're going to start really making it longer. So what I figured to do was get a spray bottle full of cold water and just spray it, make it hard. That'll get you your original line to go off of. If you want, you can wet your fingers and make it longer as well. Because we can trim off any excess with the X-Acto knife. We're going to build up the end of it, the base of it, shortly. Once we build this end out, make it thick enough to where it's supporting its own weight. And we'll just do a nice little rapid cool. Oh, that wasn't good. It's alright. still nice and hot and sticky, so we can stick it back together. And then we're just going to dunk it down in the water. Make sure it's got a nice lock on it. And we got lots of access there. No big deal. We'll cut it off in a little bit. Still going to continue to bring it down and add to it. It may not look like much, but when you put some paint on it, that's when it really brings out all these lines. Okay, we're going to move it down in the water. Get a little curl because it's a little long, that's fine. Just use the end of your hot glue gun to heat it back up to straighten it out. Just run along the inside edges of it. And straighten it out. Okay, now you're going to start building up the base.
Daddy. Hello.
Okay, what we're going to do now is you're going to build out the base of it to make it go from big to small. Okay, one moment. Okay, we're going to add some more hot glue down the base. Kind of drag it out down towards the end of the blast. Okay. And just dunk it in there and make it set up so it's not all sticky anymore. There's your main blast. Now we're going to go in for some detail. We're going to pull out some more of the strands, give it more of a blast effect. What you'll do is you'll just take your hot glue gun, dab you a little bit there, take you a bobby pin straightened out, and you're just going to pull at it. Okay. Let me add some more glue. See how you dab at it and it makes long strings. And you can always hold them out and then dunk it in the water and make them hard and then break the end off. If you have any excess, and you can just snap it off. Makes a pretty cool effect for making other types of fire blasts, like for dragons and stuff like that. This part right here is a pretty time-consuming process. Next thing you're going to do is, on the actual blast you made at first, you're going to add a little bit to each one of the pieces that are coming out, just to give them a little bit thicker and a little more texture. You're going to get a lot of strings around it, but that's okay, they just peel right off. Not a big deal. Okay, once you get that done, make it set, dunk it in the water. You can have a lot of excess, see, just peel it all off. I'm going to clean this up and show you what the finished product looks like. Alright, here's your finished product. Except for paint, which is just yellow, orange, and red. Paint the whole thing yellow. do a dry brush of orange over it, and then do a dry brush again of red, just to highlight some of that. And then you're gonna put a clear coat on it. Then you're gonna run a yellow wash over the entire thing. And I got some excess here. I'll make a part 3 video on how to do the paint on it. So keep a lookout for the part 3 for painting.